All right, welcome into our fourth edition of the Slobberknocker Sports Pick'em Show. We are here. We're about to break down everything going into Week 5 of the NFL, Week 6 of college football. We're approaching the midway point of the college football season already somehow. Felt like it started yesterday. But let's get into some of the games before we do. Big Dog's here today.
Most interesting man on the internet.
We're going to let him...
I mean, my God.
We're going to let him go for a minute before we reel it back in.
Let him go.
Let's cast it out, and I'll reel it back in here in a second.
Well, I'm the only fucking entertaining thing on the show.
Every week you say the same
Well, I am. I've got recordings of people confirming that. However, my only take this week is I've only got two takes.
All right.
How bad Jerry fucked up on the Derrick Henry.
I knew that was coming.
Jerry who?
Jerry Jones.
His friend, Jerry.
Explain that to the people.
Because they could have paid him, and they called him out. Like I said, this will go down as the worst GM in football history when he's gone. And this year will go down because they're going to lose 3 of the next 4. Guarantee you that. So anyway, that was ridiculous. He just proved last night. Derrick Henry proved last night what Dak could have had behind him to give him a buffer from when he makes all those. Well, he has mini seizures, you know. Dak has the mini seizures.
Mini seizures in the playoffs.
Mini seizures. Dak has mini seizures in his eyes. I studied psychology, psychiatry when I was young.
When
I went to college.
He's got a doctorate.
And now I'm a professor. You know that.
Yeah.
And so I can look, but a guy did an analysis on Dak's sideline, looking at the tablet, the last 3 playoffs, and the doctor, and he's out there. I'm not joking. Colin talked about it. Says he's having mini seizures. He cannot retain and understand information under due stress. And he determines what that stress is. In his case, it's a playoff game, something with elevation, some moment. He didn't have it his rookie season because he thought Tony Romo was coming back. So he has it now. Since then, he's did an analysis on Dak Prescott, and we've established he has mini seizures. Bailey has them too. When I go in the room sometimes, he has mini seizures.
No doubt about that.
Because I'm talking so above him, he doesn't understand.
Yep.
But anyway, last week I was 14-3, so let's go for this week's picks. Big Dog's in the house. Let's hit it.
Let's hit it. Let's get right down to it.
All right. Well, that was
something.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not going to go off on anything else. I mean, we know that Kyler Murray's a bust.
Yeah.
We know that Josh Allen needs help, and I said it last night in the today morning sports shows. 6:30, I started listening with my wireless headphones, in and out of sleep. 7:30, 8:30, there's 4 shows, all 4. Last night, the real good analytics guy said it was evident Josh Allen needs a receiver.
Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, we've talked about that.
Well, the thing about it is, though, no, because during the first 3 games, they were all praising he can throw to anybody. But last night, you saw it. Whoa. And by the way, Lamar, the way that they're looking right now, they don't look great. I'm not saying that. But the way that when you look at the setup of their games, they, again, are going to be in the playoffs. And again, with that defense showing up like they are with Derrick now, they might finally make it to the AFC Championship game.
Well, they made it to the AFC Championship game last year.
Well, then they might win it. My bad.
Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs, right?
Get over the hump.
And they would have had a running back, and Lamar wouldn't miss a bonehead. They probably would have won that game.
Well, no, it was because of Lamar. That's why they lost.
Yeah, he was horrible.
He's terrible.
Well, I don't think he's going to have many seizures. The third thing is Kyrie Murray is a fucking. I mean,
enunciate.
Kyler is a joke in Arizona. The organization's a joke. Needs to be moved. Get them the fuck out of Arizona. No one in Arizona. That's where Mom's friends just moved. You retire there. What do you do in Arizona? You walk around the hot fucking sun. What's there to do? It's like no big-time pros want to come to San Antonio. What the fuck? No one wants to come to San Antonio and work for Pop. Look at this. No one. Chris Paul, I don't know what he's thinking. That'd be a disaster season. Anyway, I'll get into the NBA because I'd never miss a pick on NBA.
No.
You saw last year my perfect bracket.
Let's start reeling it back in.
All right, here we go.
Right, so let's go to the pro show.
Let's reel it back in.
But one last thing.
Oh, gosh.
One last thing. No one has a TV room like me.
No.
That's it.
No.
Done.
Like the guy that runs Red Zone TV room.
Fuck. Did you see me run the audio yesterday?
Oh, you were on top
I could turn games on as I'm seeing plays. I'm a fucking genius. Let's go.
Also have a dog at the house that could do it if we needed it.
Well, Jude can run the whole thing.
Yeah, Jude could run the audio system.
Jude's a fucking genius.
Jude ate poop, walked into
We
the room
tested
yesterday.
Jude's IQ was as high as some of my staff. So I want you to know that. You want them dumb,
That's
though.
not saying
When you bring
much.
them in, you want them done. Also, I don't think the AC is actually working today.
Oh, this is just what you run it at. You got us in a sweatshop, working in a sweatshop in here, okay, buddy?
No,
those kids in Malaysia, that made your jacket.
This actually feels
better conditions.
Yeah, this is how this is a normal week for us, buddy.
All right, let's go.
I feel like it's cooler in here than usual.
I actually was going to say the same thing.
I feel like someone turned it on when you heard Big Dog was coming. I think he turned it on. It was way hotter earlier.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Well,
normally I'm sweating.
Let me tell Bailey. I'm going to
Thursday night.
Let's go.
You're gonna what?
I'm thinking about putting him on a little probation.
No, you're not gonna fire Bailey.
I'm not firing him.
You just said you were gonna fire
I
him.
love Bailey.
Okay.
He knows that I strive for what? What did he say?
Greatness.
He wants us all to be great.
That's all he wants.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go into the NFL picks here. Just so we're clear, I had the best week no matter what happens tonight. I went, I believe, I know I had one pick above Turner, and you went
4-10.
No, you went 4-10, buddy.
Impressive.
You went 4-10.
Especially because there weren't 17 games. So how he got 14-3 is just
I pick games.
only you
I
could
pick
do
on
that.
a different level.
That's right.
I pick a game that people don't even know this guy. He's
It's going
playing in
on.
2
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
Oh, wait,
Let's
I'm wrong. He got no, he did pick the Bills last night, so he actually went 4-11.
No, I
Yeah.
went. What are you fucking
Stats, schmats.
I
No.
went 9-4. You went 8-5.
All right, I'm going to pick conservatively this week, and you'll see I'll do 14-2. Let's go.
Wait, 8
I'm ready.
No,
He's
wait.
ready.
14-2. He's
My
lying.
dad went 5-9.
He's lying.
Okay.
Fake news.
Well, I'm going
Let's
to put them. We have the
we do.
recordings of
Yeah,
the show,
sure
buddy.
we do. Sure
That's
we
the
do.
problem with this. See,
Stat, schmats.
No, we don't need recordings.
normally you can lie.
AI. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that is a deep fake video that
That's
was put out last
bullshit.
week.
Like they run on Donald, my boy,
Oh God. Okay.
out there running the transvestite ads.
Thursday,
let's go.
October 3rd, we have the Buccaneers going to Atlanta, traveling to Atlanta. Atlanta's a 2.5-point favorite.
Baker's all into himself today in the morning press. I'm going to go Atlanta.
I have no idea. I'm going to take the Falcons. The thing is, in this division, I think the Bucs are going to ultimately win it, I said. But I just don't see them getting 2 games of separation here. I'm going to take Atlanta at home by a field goal. I'm
taking the Bucs.
but
I'm taking the Bucs
Atlanta.
here. Atlanta won this week without scoring an offensive touchdown.
That's called winning ugly.
That's called winning
They
ugly.
all count the same.
The Falcons have Raheem Morris as their head coach. He has no idea what he's doing. That they literally won because of a muff punt and because Derek Carr threw the ball to the wrong team. The Buccaneers are going to win this game.
Okay.
The Buccaneers win this game by, it actually won't be close. They're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
Not going to happen. Let's go next one.
All
That's
right.
a bold prediction.
I'm telling you, that's how bad the
No,
Falcons are.
No, we're not.
Kirk Cousins, they can't get a first down.
You'll see.
They literally cannot get a first down.
Yeah, and they still win.
Well, yeah, but that was a fluke because they played the Saints. This is different. They're playing an offense who actually throws the ball down the field. All right. We've got a London 8:30 a.m. Central Time kickoff on Sunday. The Jets 2-2 taking on the Vikings in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
My team.
The Vikings are 2.5-point favorite.
You pick.
Vikings.
Okay, Dylan.
I will take the. You know what? This just feels like a spot they lose. The Jets are off a terrible game. I'll take the Jets, actually. I'm going to take the Jets to win
Jets
this game.
are going to win.
You can't. That's it?
That's it.
That's it. He didn't need to say anything more than that. He just
Everybody
picks
relax. As Aaron says, relax.
RELAX. Relax.
Him and I do ayahuasca sometimes. Let's go.
Shut up.
I think the Jets are in a bad place, and flying across the pond to London isn't going to help.
Well, they start in New York, though. All right, let's go. And boy, I've
Panthers.
been to London a bunch. Let's go.
Beautiful game here. Panthers taking on the Bears in Chicago. Bears 3.5-point favorite.
Bears.
I'm torn. I want to take the Panthers here, but I'm going to take the Bears by a close game. Barely Bears. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take the Panthers.
How
Go
do the
ahead.
Bears go 3-2 here? I mean, how do they have a winning record? No, you know what?
Go ahead. Take them. Knock yourself out. You talk a lot of shit about Caleb Williams. Take the Panthers, dude.
Yeah, but it's Andy Dalton.
Oh, well,
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll take the Panthers.
perfect.
I'll take the Panthers. I mean, I'm ahead in the NFL anyway, so I have some room to spare here. Okay, we got the Ravens at the Bengals. This is a trap game right here. The Bengals are a 2.5-point underdog. It's less than 3. We're in Cincy. It really is the Bengals season, and the Ravens are 2-2. I mean, this is a huge swing game for this division. with Pittsburgh losing last week. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'll beat everybody to it. I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game. And it makes no sense.
Where are they playing again?
You know what? No. Let me take that back. I can't do it. Give me the Ravens. Sorry. Give me the Ravens.
The Ravens are playing where?
It's in Cincy. I think Cincy should win this game, but I don't know how their defense
I'm taking
stops
Cincy
them.
on this game.
I think Lamar's going to turn it over 3 times. I'll take the Bengals.
Okay, good thing I took the Ravens because we would have all been on the Bengals there. That would have been for sure a loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. We've got Dolphins at the Patriots.
This is the boring game. I mean, God, what these games? This is a horrible game.
They got to play him, big dog.
My boys, who I picked in preseason, Huntley's playing. I'll pick the Dolphins.
Man, yeah.
No, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm picking They're going to start Drake May. I bet. I'm going to pick the Patriots. My bad.
Okay, I'm going to take the Dolphins. I didn't want big dog on the Dolphins. Huntley's second game, they're going to be better in that one. Patriots suck.
Yeah, I'll take the Dolphins. It's going to be a tight game.
Oh, that game could easily go. There's a reason it's a pick 'em.
Wait, Turner, you took the Dolphins and Big Dog took the Pats?
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This is actually an interesting one. You have the Browns at the Commanders. This line is saying that these two teams are a pick 'em on a neutral field, which is hard to believe from what we've seen from these two teams so far. Deshaun Watson looks terrible, but actually he wasn't that bad yesterday. Jaden Daniels is by far the best rookie quarterback.
They're only going to lose 4 games. Washington, five games. They're going to lose.
They're going to go 13.
No,
and 4.
they're going to lose 5 games.
So they're 12-5.
Yeah,
with him?
around. It'll be 5 and a half, 5 games.
Stick to a pick.
5 and a half, 5 games.
Five,
So I'm picking
It
Washington.
was like his Georgia pick.
No,
last week.
I said that it's 5.5 games. So my point is, I'm sticking to that.
5.5 games.
Washington won't lose more than 6 games. All right, let's go.
It went from 4 to 5 to 5.5 to 6.
I made a mistake before. I never said 4.
You didn't say 4
yesterday.
just now?
I said 5 games.
But
I'm
you
gonna move
just
it to
said
6.
4.
Yeah, accidentally.
I am going to take the hype's just gotten. I really do like the Commanders, but this is one of those things are looking too good. Browns are going to win this football game, and I'll give you a retired gambling pick here. It's going to go. I know that people think that number's a trap. It's going to go over 43 points because the Browns' defense isn't great, and the Commanders have scored on every single play. But the real reason I think it's going to go over is because I think you're going to see Daniels finally this game. He'll turn over the ball twice, and I think the Browns end up winning it. I think it goes over that number. They're running plays quick. They're getting ball down the field, and the Commanders' defense isn't very good. So over 43. But anyway, I'm taking. Long story short, taking the Browns.
God, dude, I think I'm just looking at it and how bad the Raiders' defense has been, and yet.
Oh, sorry.
Are you recording? Are you recording this as we're going?
Recording me.
Oh, he's recording himself
he sends that to his people.
Oh, he sends that to people. Yeah, he records himself.
He sends it to Skip Bayless.
The girls in New York said I got to be showing something at all times.
He sends it to Skip Bayless every morning. I'm ready for the call up, Skip.
He sends it to Mad Dog.
I know you're waiting for somebody.
I guess I'll take the Browns, but it's going to be an ugly game. I don't know if I agree with you. This game going over, it might. It definitely could.
Commanders never punt.
I agree with you on that.
Turnovers.
I agree with you on that, but the Cleveland Browns have scored 17, 18, 15, and 16. I mean, they just can't move the ball. I know, and the Commanders' defense is bad. They're really bad. I just don't know that they're going to open it up enough to win this, to score that many points.
25-23 Browns.
That's
25-23.
That's not a big number to go over, but yeah, give me the Browns. Okay, Colts at the Jaguars. I mean, almost certainly if they lose, you got to expect Dougie's gone.
This is where Doug finally does it.
Yeah,
this is where Doug and
I picked
Trevor.
the Jaguar.
Bet of the week. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
My pick of the week.
Let's make this one quick because it's nothing to elaborate on. So let's go. Jaguars will win the game.
Yep, Jags.
Why are you making that one quick?
Because there's not.
Oh, I forgot.
Not a discussion
Is
game.
Richardson hurt?
I mean,
they always said
he looked like he was okay.
They put him back in. He got injured again. It was all over the morning sports shows that they shouldn't have put him in. Then they ran a play for him, and it all.
Whatever. The Jags.
I don't think it matters.
Jags are going to win.
I don't think it matters. I think Jacksonville wins.
All right, let's go.
Bills at the Texans. Basically a pick 'em. 1.5 point favorite. Houston.
Houston's going to win that game.
Dylan's going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Texans.
I'm taking the Bills here. They're bouncing back after that embarrassing loss. The Texans defense is not, they're a sieve. They not good. Raiders at the Broncos. Broncos somehow are a favorite despite Bo Nix setting an NFL record this week, -7 passing yards in a first half.
Absolutely. Another of my
Wait, you're bragging about
26
it?
quarterbacks that have been picked from
Wait,
preseason.
are you bragging about picking Bo Nix?
Yeah, Bo Nix is great.
Turn it around in the second half.
They are going
He had 67 yards throwing in the second
I
half.
would call that a turnaround.
I mean,
The
67 and finished with 60 total yards.
It's Antonio Pierce versus the overinflated, Botoxed up Sean Payton. I'll take Botox.
I got the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Next one.
Packers at the Cardinals at the 49ers.
49ers.
These schedules.
It's a divisional game, big dog.
Well,
you got to play them, man.
They need to move Arizona. They
gotta
need to move
them. All right,
Arizona.
all right.
It's ridiculous. Put them in St. Louis.
Then why do they move the St. Louis Rams?
They moved him for the arena. The Kroenke wanted to take him out. So what a dumb game. I'm going to go with.
You're picking the 49ers as everybody. Let's go.
Where are they playing?
In San Francisco.
Oh, God. 49.
All right. Packers at the Rams. Packers favored by 3.
I'm really tempted to take the Rams here. But I'm gonna take the Packers. But it's gonna be an ugly game.
Rams will win that game.
Jordan Love is a disaster, and I called it, and it's been he's 0-2 as a starter this year.
Injured.
He's got a losing record as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Injured.
Losing record as a starting quarterback in the NFL. They wasted their money.
Winner.
Malik Willis has 2 wins this year, and he has 0 with the same team.
Wrong.
I'll take the Packers, but it's not. They suck. Jordan Love fucking sucks. And I said
We already go.
Did you take the Packers too?
No.
Who'd you
Took
take?
the Rams.
You took the Rams?
Yeah.
Turner, you took.
Why are you doing that to your boy Jordan? That's your guy.
You
I'm
must-
going to go with Sean McVay
Okay.
trying to win
All
that
right.
game pretty
All
hard.
right.
Giants at the Seahawks, and we don't know what happens with the Seahawks.
You know what, though? Real quick on the Packers. They are
Oh,
going to
God, here
pack
we
that
go.
LA stadium with Packer fans.
Well, yeah. There's no one that goes to those
That's
games.
right. I forgot about the embarrassment.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
change your
sure.
pick. Go ahead and change it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Packers.
That's what I thought.
All right.
I'm taking the Seahawks at home over the Giants. Dimes returns back to Dimes form. 3 interceptions for Danny.
If this was in
Actually,
New York-
I'll go 2 picks, 1 fumble.
If this was in New York, I would take the Giants, but I'll take Seattle.
Vrabel, what's his name? The coordinator for the coach for the Giants?
Dayball,
Dayball. Dayball's job is
the poster child for Ozempic.
actually on the line. So,
No, it's not.
Well, kind of. I think the owner's kind of pushing this in and out.
They're not getting blown out, so he's not on the line because they're not expected to win these games.
I'm going to pick the Giants for that game.
Wow. Okay. He'll change it before we get to the
Well,
next pick.
wait,
here we go. Wait.
Is what's his name playing? The concussed receiver?
Who?
Neighbors?
We don't know. It's Monday.
No one knows.
Yeah, he'll probably play. I'm going to go Giants. Season's on the line that game.
Yeah, the season is on the line. Cowboys at the Steelers. Steelers favored by 2.5. How about them Cowboys? They win this
Yes.
game. The Steelers suck, and I think the Cowboys suck too. But the Steelers are going to lose 3 in a row after starting 3-0. Justin Fields is the only quarterback who couldn't take advantage of that Cowboys defense.
I'm going to pick the Cowboys because I don't want to pick against
No
them.
way. You picked against them last week and they lost. They won.
I'm telling you right now, they're going to get killed.
I'll fade you both. I'll take the Steelers at home.
The Steelers suck.
Yeah, they do, but so do the Cowboys.
Yeah, they do. They suck. Okay. That was the Sunday night game.
Yeah, Monday night.
Monday night is Saints at the Chiefs, and
What a dumb game.
I may
No,
have-
seriously, a Monday night
How is
fucking
that a dumb game?
The Saints at the Chiefs. What you're a Monday night. Why would you put the Saints at
It's
the
actually
Chiefs?
could be a good game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, the Chiefs are going to kill them.
Okay, that makes me
They're
real
gonna-
nervous about them being my
They're
survivor pick
gonna
this
they're
week.
gonna sack Derek Carr 4
Rasheed Rice
times.
tore an ACL out for the year.
Doesn't matter.
Pacheco out.
Doesn't
Hollywood
matter.
Brown out.
They'll have a
nobody
receiver
left.
on ready to go for Sunday by Thursday.
Oh, they're gonna get
Yes.
somebody.
You wanna
no,
bet?
They won't.
You
no,
wanna
not
bet?
not this quickly. No.
Yeah, they will.
I'll bet. How much you want to bet?
They'll get somebody by
That's
2
right.
weeks.
Oh, no. First, it's ready to go by Sunday. By Thursday. Now it's 2 weeks when I want to bet.
They will always trade for a receiver. They did it last year. They'll do it this year.
Yeah, they're going to trade for a receiver.
Yeah.
Chiefs winning the ugly one.
I hope they win. I'm taking the Chiefs. So we actually have bye weeks for the first time this week. Lions, Titans, Eagles, and Chargers are all on bye. That's all the NFL games.
All right. Now, real quick, that's all the NFL games.
Yep.
Being that I'm 14-2 last week, and probably I might be off a little this week because I've dealt with a lot of big things going on.
Of course.
Just a lot of things happening.
Music videos.
I got a lot of shit going on. You have
name
no
one?
idea. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go and do 5 Zoom meetings today
Oh, with who?
with on-demand
On-demand
wait.
what?
on-demand TV.
When does Shamako get here for his music
Shamako
video?
gets here Wednesday. Yeah, he'd been texting me all morning. He's coming to do his rap videos.
And that's big. People at home don't know that's big time shit. Right?
Oh, Shamako and the ladies. Okay. And basically Shamako's coming in on Wednesday, so I got to figure that out because he's like a star and you got to take care of him.
That's right.
And he's a good paying client. But real quick, I want to say that I want to announce that I need to spice the Pick'em show up.
You do. We
Yeah,
agree. You
and
need
so-
to do
You've
some
done
crazy
nothing to
shit.
help
Yeah,
us.
you've done nothing.
I've mentioned all the things I wanted to do and they were rejected.
No, they weren't. You just the only thing that was
Rub
rejected is talking
a ball for not a ball, the boob.
Oh yeah, your crystal.
For that crystal boob.
Okay, buy it.
Schwannies.
The
If
crystal
you-
boob.
If you buy that, I'll let you do that part.
The crystal boob.
Yeah, if you buy that part, I'll let you do it.
For endorsement purposes and a disclaimer, what
Yeah.
I do doesn't relate to the show.
Yeah.
Let me
You're
let
your
me
own
say
entity, your
let me say this.
character.
I do whatever the fuck I want.
Yep.
In fact, in Bailey's name, I gave to the special needs
You
community.
can't.
Oh, that was
say
nice
that.
of you.
Why?
You can't say in Bailey's name.
Well, I did. I put they sent him the email. I wanted him to be the one. He laughed his ass off. So because he's Bailey's.
Bailey's name insinuates that he has Down syndrome.
Oh shoot, that's right.
Yep.
All right, so real quick, I'm done, but we need to spice it up. So I'm going to think of something, and even if it leads into the NBA, I don't care what Julie says or Dylan says, or I think I got an idea. Let me produce my own Pick'em show, and then you can respond to it on the television show, okay?
I like it.
All right. So that's what I'm going to do. And that ain't going to be politically correct or G-rated, all right? Because nothing we did in KK Wild, as Rich said, was G-rated.
Get out. Nobody knows who Rich is.
Rock RG. Let's don't go G-rated on this tour.
Go on.
Let's go X.
Get out. Go.
Rich, we can't go X. X.
Go out. You have. Stop talking to yourself. Jeez Louise. Close the door, please.
He's off to make millions today, folks. Bailey, you're fired.
All right. Move on to some college.
I don't know what you're gonna have to cut it all
I
that.
don't know, man. It's just. I'll let him do the crystal ball boob. I'll let him do that. That actually could be funny.
No, that would be funny.
I can do that. I can live with that. I don't know how he's going to get that. I actually want to look on eBay today.
I
And
don't
see if
think
can
there's
find
no. I
something.
think he made that up.
No, we can find it. We can 3D print it. We're living in 2024, all right? Okay. I'm going to give my NFL teaser of the week.
Let's hear it.
One last week. So we are going to go with a 2-team teaser as always, and it's going to be a 6-point teaser as always. And this time we're going to go with 2 underdogs who are 2.5-point underdogs. We're going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to tease them from 2.5 to 8.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. And then we are going to go ahead and we're going to take the Las Vegas Raiders, who were a pick last week as well, plus the 2.5 up to 8.5. Yeah, if you wanted to go with the Cardinals minus the 1.5, the 49ers against the Cardinals minus 1.5, I like that too. I'm just snake bitten by a lot of those teams who you've teased from 7. Like if you had the Jets this week, you lost. The week before, they were 0-4, teams from like 7 or 8 down inside a field goal. And yet those teams who have been dogs and you tease them up to 8.5 have done phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with that current year trend until I'm proven otherwise. I do like the 49ers to win that game as well over the Cardinals, but let's go with the Raiders. Raiders to Bucks, 8.5 and 8.5. We're gonna make Kirk Cousins beat us by more than a touchdown, and we're gonna make Bo Nix, Mr. Negative, beat us by more than a touchdown. So like those two for the teaser of the week. See if we can keep the streak going. All right. Actually, we lost the first week. All right. Moving on to some college football. Let's do our picks for college football.
Let's do it.
All right. Do we have any Thursday games here? I'm
Yeah,
looking on
2 of
ESPN.
them. Texas State at Troy, and then Sam Houston State at UTEP.
All right. Well, I'm obviously picking Texas State.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Texas State. They're going to kill them.
And then
we'll pick these because they're obviously Texas schools.
We'll both pick Sam Houston.
Yeah, that's the battle of the brothers. One brother played at Sam Houston State. My other brother played at UTEP. But UTEP's been pretty damn bad this year. The guy that came over, who's the head coach at Austin P, brought a lot of players from Austin P. This is definitely a trap game for Sam Houston State, though. Biggest win they've had since they become an FBS program over Texas State. They need to get locked in and focus and take care of business in El Paso. It's real easy to overlook an 0-4 UTEP, but UTEP has not been good, but they did play Liberty pretty damn tight. I think it was like a 4-point game with like 10 minutes to go. So
yeah,
they're not like a horrible 0-4. So Sam needs to stay focused and take care of business.
And Liberty's not great. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Did you see they
I haven't seen them play at all.
Did you see they canceled their game this week? It's the same way, like they almost canceled the game against East Carolina last week.
Yeah.
And they canceled this game against it was at App State. That's a big game for that for both teams. I mean, it's not a conference game, but it's like a big resume builder. That's so annoying to get to
I guess that was warranted because I did see pictures of the flooding in Boone, North Carolina. There was no way. Like it was.
They couldn't have played.
Dude, it was like survival mode. Like it was like raging rivers running through the streets.
I didn't realize North Carolina. I thought it was Florida that got hit, but it was North Carolina got hit worse.
Yeah, just with the flooding and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
just sat over it. And yeah, the flooding was really, really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it was not good.
All right. I'm not gonna put the graphics for this one either. We're both picking TCU over Houston just to get another win on the board here.
Okay.
Unless you want a Houston there.
No.
All right. So then we got these are Friday as well now. Michigan State at Oregon. I know Oregon's a 24-point favorite. Are we just gonna both pick Oregon here?
Yeah, Oregon's gonna kill.
Okay. And then I do want this one. I'll put up Syracuse at UNLV. UNLV ranked in the top 25.
I actually didn't even touch on the kid. I forgot we didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk. We were over on a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, we had obviously UNLV as their quarterback go. We don't know what happened. We
still don't really know.
We don't know if he got screwed and they told him they were going to pay him $100,000 and didn't give him but $12,000, or if he was going in there and demanding $400,000 after going 3-0 and they told him to eat shit. But either way, it sure didn't matter this week. They won 59-14 over Fresno State. I told you Mikey Keene sucks. And we both told you that UNLV was going to win that game. They were basically a pick-em in that game, and they absolutely demolished Fresno State. It was 21-0 at halftime and 59-14 final. Their backup quarterback threw for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he ran it 12 times for 119 yards and a touchdown. So I think the guy's pretty okay. I think they'll be pretty okay.
Yeah, it seems like he was as good, if not better. Yeah, I'll take UNLV at home in this one. I think it's going to be a close game, though.
I'll take UNLV as well in this one. Okay, moving on to the next gun, and we'll go to Saturday games. We'll start with, we're not picking.
We don't need to pick that game.
No.
I know what you're talking about.
Missouri A&M in the morning in College Station. It's basically a pick 'em.
Yeah, I think it helps Missouri that this is an 11 a.m. start. I think they win this game. Fairly close. A&M's offense, man, I don't know. I know Missouri's pretty, not really tested by any stretch, but I'm going to take Missouri.
Man,
it's tough to pick against the Aggies at Kyle Field, but
I agree with you on the morning start. Like, what's the home field versus at night? I think it's like worth a point or two. Like, legitimately, it's that big of a difference. A&M's offense has just looked so bad, even since switching quarterback. Like, they should have lost. They probably should have lost this week to Arkansas. They beat Bowling Green by 6.
Yep.
But this feels like a spot where you take A&M, right? Like at home.
That's why they're favored by 2. So
it's such a tough line. I wouldn't touch this game, but I'll roll with you. I'll take Missouri. I'll take Missouri. I can't bet A&M here. I just don't trust that quarterback. I don't trust anyone on that team. All right, SMU. This was traveling to Louisville. Louisville is number 22 in the country. They lost last week to Notre Dame in a game that I thought was going to be closer than it was.
This is my dog of the week.
Hey, guys. You ready to let the dogs out?
What? Do what?
Let the dogs out. Like, who let the dogs out? Who?
Here, it's not quite 10, but SMU is I guess it says 7. They're +7, but I'm going to take them to win the game outright. They're going to beat Louisville. Louisville's not very good.
You hit your double-digit dog, kind of the week last week, but it ended up closing over double digits. But either way, you hit it, and they won outright, which is a nice pick. It's a tough to pick a double-digit dog to win outright, and you got it last week. So
got lucky, and I'm glad they came back and won it. Good game.
Better be lucky than good sometimes. And
well, no, the reason that happened is because I don't gamble anymore. But yes, yeah, I'm retired. Yes, if I was, they would have kicked the field goal, and then got very lucky for Sam Houston State that I wouldn't, because Texas State would have ran the fucking kick back. That's how that game would have ended. But no, yeah, I'm gonna take SMU to win.
I'm gonna roll with you on this. I just don't like Louisville. I've been an anti-Louisville guy for a long time, so
don't think they're any good.
I think Jeff Brom sucks. Yeah, give me Louisville. Give me SMU. Wisconsin at Purdue.
Wisconsin.
Dude.
Wisconsin's at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Wisconsin, but
Purdue's really bad.
I agree, they're bad, but it's just a hard spot after losing that way to USC, where you look like you were going to win the game. Moving on. Do we pick Boston College, Virginia? They're both 3. Yeah, Boston College, Virginia.
I'm going to take Boston College.
I'll take Virginia at home here. Just so you know, Castellanos was hurt last week, the quarterback for Boston College. They should have lost to Northern Illinois outright. Wait, was it Northern Illinois? I think it was.
No,
sorry, it was Western Kentucky. They scored with like a minute to go to win the game by 1.
Okay, well then that's fair.
I don't know if he's playing.
I'll stick with it. I'll take Boston College. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna take Virginia.
Virginia at home will probably look at this one. You want to talk about the ultimate trap line funny coming up. North Carolina, who's been horrible, versus Pittsburgh. I'll take Pittsburgh. I'll take the cheese. I think North Carolina sucks. I don't think Pittsburgh's any good either, but they're 4-0. They found a way to win that West Virginia game, which they should not have won, right?
Dude, they shouldn't have won against Cincinnati.
No.
Those games.
But they found ways, right? That's what I'm saying.
That both those games, they were down by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and scored back-to-back touchdowns in the final 4 minutes of both games to win. They should be 2-2. I'm gonna look, as a guy who does this is a game I would take North Carolina all day, and I shouldn't, because I think you're right. They suck. They absolutely suck. But I'm gonna take North Carolina in this game. I think North Carolina wins the game. So you went with UNC. No, I'm sorry. You went Pitt. I went UNC. Okay. Wake Forest at NC State.
Man, golly, this is a terrible game. NC State will beat them.
Yeah, I'll take NC State too. Here we go. We got a Service Academy game. Navy at Air Force.
Air Force is terrible this year.
Dude, they're terrible, and I'm going to come back to this game for my total of the week too. I have a interesting take on that game actually. I'm going to take Navy. Okay, moving on. We're not picking that. Iowa at Ohio State. I know it's a big spread, but it's inside of 3 scores.
I know what you're going to do with that. Yeah, that total makes no sense.
Doesn't
in
it?
That game. Well, I mean, I get what they're thinking.
I get the idea, but it doesn't make any sense.
I get what they're thinking, but Air Force's defense is horrible.
And Navy throws the ball.
Yeah, they'll throw it these days.
I saw that, and I already bet it. I was like, what the heck?
All right, so that's what you're looking at there. The 34.5 is just your classic, Service Academy line, but it's not. They don't play football like that
Navy
anymore.
and Memphis scored 100 points 2 weeks ago. They combined for 100 points.
That's crazy.
I don't know what that line is.
Crazy. What are we talking now? Sorry.
Iowa at Ohio State.
Ohio State is going to win that game 42-7.
Damn, that's a big. Will Howard got knocked out last week, but he sucks.
So he's out. He got hurt too?
I think he's okay.
Anyway, 42-7. Iowa's defense is not as good as it usually is. They're not bad, but I mean, I think Ohio State's going to score on them. I think it's going to get away from them quick. It's amazing how bad, no matter what fails, how bad Iowa's quarterbacks are. No matter what. Like McNamara should not be that bad.
No, he shouldn't. He was not that bad at Michigan.
No, and then he comes here and you're just like, holy shit, they forgot how to play football. It's like, it's bad. I don't even understand. And I know it has to do, somewhat with scheme stuff, but it's like, no, it's just like sometimes you see them, it should be the easiest throw in the world and they just miss them.
Yeah,
like,
I don't get it.
What is in the water in Iowa City? Like, they're that bad. Like, I don't get it.
And you could have said, like, last year their quarterback, Deacon Hill, shouldn't have been starting at an FCS school or a Division III school. So that one, but McNamara is not bad. I agree. It's like, you could be bad or good. It doesn't matter. If you go to Iowa, you could put Patrick Mahomes at Iowa and he would die. Yeah.
Where your career goes to die.
That's exactly right. Yeah, give me Ohio State by a lot. Okay, Georgia at Auburn. We're both taking Georgia, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think you're going to see Georgia win that by 1 million, too. I think Auburn's going to get the brunt end of just a lot of anger. I think they're going to, the blunt end, they're going to get a lot of points scored on.
Yeah, I would agree with that, too. Here's an interesting one. Ole Miss at South Carolina, only a 9-point favorite.
Yeah, on the road, SEC on the road, and South Carolina's 3-1. So Ole Miss is going to win that game.
Yeah, Ole Miss for me as well. How about Indiana ranked in the top 25? We got to pick. I know they're 14.
They look good. I watched a little bit of that game. They'll beat Northwestern, but I think this is going to be one of those. You're going to see the public all over Indiana -14, and Northwestern's coming off a bye. I think they'll keep it closer than people think. I think the public's going to be all over.
I could see that. I mean, I had IU last week, and they did cover relatively easily.
It was close for a while.
But it was close for a while. It was tied
and
at
they gave up, like their defense is weird because they look really good and make big plays, and then they give up. Like I saw that one run. I did see the one run where the official had like a block on the safety, but I mean, you gotta, I mean, they gave up some big plays. So
yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if Northwestern's capable of even having a big play, but we'll see.
Virginia Tech at Stanford.
Man, Virginia Tech flying all the way to the West Coast, 9.5. I mean, we should get bonus points for calling upset on this Pick'em show because we don't.
I like that. Let's do that.
Do something like if it's a 7, we should say if it's a 7-point spread and you take the underdog that wins outright, you get 2 points instead of 1 or something.
I like that.
I don't know how we do it, but you know what? I'm going to take.
I like that.
And Virginia Tech looked better.
It's
going to be a close. I guess I'm going to take Virginia Tech, but I think Stanford. It's a coin toss game. I'm just not going to do it because it's a 9.5. But I do think Stanford's got a real chance to win that game.
I'll take Stanford.
If you were betting at home, I would take Stanford plus 9.5.
I'll take Stanford. I think they're going to be like poor me all week after the Miami game.
No, for sure. And you're flying all the way to, and they think they're going to beat Stanford. It's a really bad spot.
That's a bad spot. Rutgers. We talked about this one on the regular show. Rutgers at Nebraska. Nebraska's a 7-point favorite. Butgers 4-0. Nebraska is coming off of an unimpressive win and cover over Purdue, to say the least.
Say Nebraska by 4, but Nebraska wins.
I badly want to take Butgers here. They're my team. You know that's my team.
Yeah, but it's not in Piscataway.
It's not in Piscataway. Give me Nebraska in a very, very tight game. Win, no cover. Let's go West Virginia at Okie State. Line's 4.5.
West Virginia is a weird team.
Super weird.
Should have beat Pitt, blew it. Came back to beat Kansas, but Kansas looks real bad. This is a game. I don't think Oklahoma State's very good. They ran the ball, weirdly enough. They got smoked by Kansas State, but ran it better. I think they're going to win this game by. It's weird. The line's only 4.5. I'm going to say Oklahoma State by 10.
Yeah, it's a weird line for sure. But I just don't see. Gundy's not like the greatest coach ever, but he's solid, and I just have a hard time believing they start 0-3 in Big 12 play in a year when the Big 12 is pretty down. Now they've played probably the two toughest teams. They played K-State and Utah, so
yeah,
this is a big step down in class. I agree. 4.5 seems like fishy, doesn't it? I'll take Okie State. Bama at Vandy. I mean, obviously we're taking both Bama, but I'm telling you that's going to be it's not going to be a blowout. I think Bama's going to it's going to be closer than people think.
Yeah, no, especially off that big win for sure.
And Vandy's looked better. Is Vandy off a bye, or did they win? Did they play this week? No, yeah, they're off a bye after that heartbreaking loss to Missouri. So they've been preparing for Bama for 2 weeks. Bama's done nothing but look at Georgia film and held everything back for that Georgia game. So, okay, let's see. Is there anything else here on the afternoon? No. Okay, here you go. Clemson at Florida State. Go ahead, give me Florida State. No, I'm kidding. I'm never taking them again. I got Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson.
Not taking that. Scrolling down here. Tennessee at Arkansas.
I'm going to take Tennessee to win the game, but it's going to be close. I don't think Tennessee's going to cover the 14.
I agree. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'll take Tennessee as well. I'm going to go ahead and pick an upset in this next game. Michigan is at Washington, and yet Michigan is a dog in this game. And this is, spoiler, I'm coming back to this in best bets. But give me Washington to win this game outright.
I was about to say, I didn't know if you're just saying an upset on the rankings, which is Washington's favored. Yeah, Washington's going to beat Michigan.
Washington's favored, but Michigan's number 10.
It's number 10. Yeah.
And
which
Washington's
is kind of crazy.
Which it is pretty crazy.
I guess they only lost to the best team in the country, essentially, so that's why. But
yeah, and if I don't know if you watched last week the way that Minnesota-Michigan game ended, but
Minnesota they're up 20 something, right?
Yeah, but then also, this is crazy if you didn't see this. Minnesota scored to make it 24-27 with 1 minute to go, and they had scored on like 3 straight possessions, and they onside kicked it and got it.
And there wasn't anybody outside. You showed me that still shot. I was like, that's crazy. How can't you review that?
It's unbelievable, man. I don't know.
That's something you absolutely should be able to review because you throw a flag, but they're playing. It's not like you're blowing it dead, right?
Yep.
You're playing out the play.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's weird.
It was they probably at least tie the game or have a shot to tie the game the way that was going. That was brutal for Minnesota. I hate PJ Fleck, so I don't really care, but Michigan probably has a shot to lose that game. Okay, USC at Minnesota. Speaking of Minnesota,
USC by a field goal.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I think Minnesota's gonna have a letdown after almost beating Michigan, but I'll take USC to win. It's gonna be a tight game.
Yeah.
UCF at Florida. UCF huge letdown this week.
Oh,
Losing
they
at home to Colorado by like 25,
terrible.
And they were 14
I would
point
say it was the best game. I mean, we watched a little bit. I've seen Colorado play for sure, but UCF was horrible in that game.
Horrible.
I think they rebound. Well, man, I don't know.
It's a tough spot.
Yeah, Florida is just an absolute must win for Florida. I'm gonna take UCF.
Man,
which is crazy because going into the swamp. I mean, there's still going to be people there for Florida, but yeah, I'm going to take UCF.
Damn, dude, I was going to take Florida. I was going to take UCF, and you're kind of convincing me in the swamp. Who did Florida beat last? They've beaten Samford and Mississippi State.
And we don't have to pick this one, but while you're thinking, Iowa State's going to beat Baylor by 24 this week.
Yeah,
14. I think they're going to kill them.
They're going to kill them. Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't even see that line. Yeah, you're right. Baylor's Dave Aranda's getting fired out in a week or two. That they've quit on him. The way they played at home against BYU as a favorite is just pathetic. Give me. My gut said UCF. I'll take UCF. Yeah, Iowa State is going to kill Baylor. Let's see. Duke, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is 3-2. Duke is 5-0, and yet Georgia Tech is favored by 7.5.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's going to beat them. Duke's definitely due for a loss.
I agree. And then we've got. What else? What else are we picking here?
Here's one that I saw down here that I would say that I would almost be. I'm not saying it's like a best bet or anything, but I do think that Kansas at this point has given up on the season. I think Arizona State's going to beat them pretty bad. 7 p.m. I think Arizona State's going to win that game.
Okay, I'll take Arizona State as well. I think Arizona State's off a bye too, and Kansas.
Yeah, they are. Arizona State -3. It says I just don't. The way Kansas just lost again at home to TCU, I just don't see them coming in motivated to play
I agree.
That game. And Arizona State's just as good, and you're getting them at home, and they're only -3. So,
and like, what did Jalen Daniels do? 15-34 for 179.
Who else do we have here? We don't need to. We'd both pick Miami in that one against Cal. Oh, late night, 10 p.m.
Big
Texas
12
Tech
after dark.
I'm going to shock the world here. Give me the Red Raiders pounding the ball on the road. I'm going to take them. It's crazy. It's crazy
sucks.
that they're 4-1, but
Arizona sucks, and so does Tech. They both suck.
Arizona just got a big win though.
I know, but I watched Arizona play before that game, and every other they gave up 40 to New Mexico. They barely beat Northern Arizona, and then they got smacked by Kansas State.
Yep.
And then somehow beat Utah on the road, which makes no sense. Tech's a different team away from home. Give me Arizona, even though Arizona sucks. I took Arizona, and you took Tech.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go to some best bets here.
Yes, tell the people what you got.
Well, I was only 1-2. I went 1-2-1 last week. It was my first losing week. We're still quite positive on the year, but we'll see if we can bounce back. What did I do with my best bets? All right.
Who all did you have last week?
I pushed Texas Tech -3. I won Indiana -7. I lost
Georgia?
No, I didn't give out Georgia.
Yeah, that could have been the best bet.
I lost somebody else. Maybe I did give out Georgia. I don't remember. Well, I lost whoever else the other one was. Maybe it was Georgia, and then I lost the total. Notre Dame and Louisville was the first quarter of that game was at somehow 28 points, and then rest of the game there was 28 points, and it still almost stayed under. It was almost pushed.
Yeah.
It was at 48 most of the game, most of the fourth quarter. But yeah. Anyway, okay, my best bets. We're going to start. I already spoiled this one. We're going to start with Washington -2 at home against Michigan. Washington's coming off of a loss. They, like you said, probably should have beat Rutgers that last week. Washington's not great by any means, but they're a solid team. Their defense isn't bad. They've actually played pretty much across the board low-scoring games. So I think their defense can hold Michigan with Alex Orji, who literally can't throw a forward pass. I think they can hold them in check just running the football. They probably, like I said, they probably should have beat Rutgers. They definitely should have beat Washington State. They very well could be 4-0. Michigan is a play away from losing to Minnesota last week at home. I get their only loss is Texas, but they've had 2 games since they switched quarterbacks. Both of them were at home, and both of them were tough, close games. And they won back on the back of their crowd.
Have they even played a road game yet?
No, this will be their first road game.
That's
this will be their first road game. They played every single game at home. Somehow they got that schedule. Washington, this is a huge game for them. Not only a bounce back, but they've already got 2 losses. Will Rogers is the quarterback, used to be at Mississippi State. He's not bad at all. He can sling it.
Yeah.
And if you remember in that game against Texas, what happened in the first half, Quinn Ewers threw the ball all over Michigan. So I think Will Rogers has a good day here. I think there's a reason Washington is favored despite being unranked. I would get this before it gets to 3. It's 2.5 now. So we're going to lay the 2.5 with Washington for best bet number 1. Best bet number 2, we are going to go with Vanderbilt plus the 23 against Alabama. This is tough because I don't like betting against Alabama after what we saw from them offensively. Could they cover this number? Sure. But I'll tell you this. Look, one thing we learned from that game against Georgia is Alabama's defense is not great. They gave up a shit ton of points late in the game throwing the ball. Okay, and you can say what you want about Vanderbilt, but Diego Pavia is a gamer. He can throw it. He can run it. Vanderbilt put up points against Missouri's defense on the road, who I think is much better than Alabama's defense. They're playing this game at home. They're off of a bye. They have not lost by more than 3 this year, right? Their losses came against Georgia State, they lost by 4 against Georgia State, 3 against Missouri in overtime. Now you're asking Bama to beat them off of probably the biggest regular season win of Kalen DeBoer's career, right? You have all these guys from Alabama so excited after the game, super high.
Yeah.
It's just a big, big letdown spot for Bama. They held a lot back for that game. I'm talking, there was things that they, especially defensively, and Kirk was talking about this during the game, they didn't show any blitz packages the entire game and then brought it out against Carson Beck. And so now they put a lot of that stuff on tape. Vanderbilt was sitting at home Saturday night watching the game, getting to see that. I just think this is a big number to cover on the road after that big of an emotional win.
I agree, yeah.
23
points
is
a lot of points.
This is a value bet, right, if anything. To me, I think you have to take the points here. I think it's the right side.
Yeah.
Best bet number 3, I struggled with this one. I thought about going to Pittsburgh, but then I thought about how trappy that looks. I thought about going with Indiana against Northwestern, but I agreed with what you said, and I think that's kind of a big number to lay on the road. Again, we're doing this on a Monday. Yeah. I'm picking these without really doing a ton of research. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Stanford plus the 9.5. I'm a dog guy at heart. Stanford's been really good as a dog for the most part. And look, last week it wasn't good. They were at Clemson. They were a dog of what was it? 17. Oh no, I'm sorry. They were 23.5. Didn't cover, right? Got blown out 40-14 on Saturday, but they're coming back home. Like we said, look for a team that's coming off of an emotional game, right? Virginia Tech, super emotional game, super emotional loss. Should have won, thought they won. They're 2-3. If you take out that Miami game, that one sample, they have been really disappointing this year. Lost to Vanderbilt on the road week 1. Lost to Rutgers 2 weeks ago. It's just, to me, this Virginia Tech team is on the downtick, and I think Stanford is actually weirdly on the uptick. I know that they're 2-2. They lost to TCU week 1, which wasn't a great loss, but I just think that's to have Virginia Tech cover a number like that when they're 2-3 is a lot on the road after that emotional win. We're going to take the points here. We're going to go with the Stanford Cardinal plus the 9.5. And that leads me to my last one, which is my total of the week. And I already teased this one as well. We're going to look at Navy Air Force over 34.5. And we kind of touched on it for a second. This doesn't make sense to me. I think people are, I guess, like you said, it's a classic. This is a service academy game.
It's always usually, well, some of them used to be 28, but yeah,
sure.
now it's 35.
I mean, that's a high number probably.
Navy's been scoring points and Air Force is no good, right? So
exactly. I mean, even you look at Air Force last week played Wyoming, who had not won a game all year and who had not scored more than 17 points. They scored 31 against Air Force last week. Wyoming did. Right. And that game versus Wyoming had 50 points in the game.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So, maybe there's just I'm looking at the game time weather here. I don't see any weather. I just, the only thing I'm thinking.
You got to be worried that they go up 21-0
yes.
and then they don't.
That's the only way this goes under is because if Navy goes up 28-0 and just rolls on the ball and goes for every fourth down and doesn't get it. But to me, this is just a really, really short number. And, dude, I'm looking at this. This is crazy. I must be getting trapped here. Now, ESPN sometimes off, but the open on this number is 36.5, and now it's down to 34.5. I don't wonder how you're taking sharp money on this game is just on the under is just crazy to me. But maybe that line, maybe that's wrong on ESPN. But look, if I'm a sucker for this one, I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
Navy throws the ball.
I mean, it seems like it, but yeah, Navy, they do things differently than they used to. They line up in the shotgun sometimes.
This week against UAB, they threw it 11 times for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? Against Memphis the week before, they threw it 12 times for 192 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, they're going to throw the ball. And
they're going to hit at least 2 big plays.
I would not be surprised if Navy went over this by themselves.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. So we're going to go over there. So again,
you probably are going to need 28 from them and hope Air Force can score once.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
I think Navy probably will. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction. Navy will go over this by themselves. They're going to win 35-10. That's going to be the score. But again, recap: Washington minus the 2.5, Vandy plus the 23, Stanford plus the 9.5, and Navy Air Force over 34.5. We just need 5 touchdowns there to get over that number. That's my best bet for the week. You got anything else you want to talk about here on the Pick'em Show before we get out of here?
No, don't think so. I think we covered it all. We'll get some skits together and stuff soon for Big Dog. Get him what does he want? A big crystal boob?
He wants a crystal boob that he can rub.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. I don't know how much of that's going to make it on the actual
probably
show.
Not much.
But
be entertaining.
It'd be entertaining. And we're trying to get a guest on here soon.
Yeah, we'll get a guest soon.
We'll get some guest pickers and some guests on here. But
yep.
And anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this Pick'em Show, and check out our full weekly podcast if you haven't watched it yet. That was released on Tuesday. So or I'm shooting this on Monday, but when you're watching this, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is Tuesday. So
got it.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Pick'em Show. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next week for Pick'em Show week number 5.